Hey friends, we're going to be drawing a roly-poly bug.
Yeah, we're going to draw a realistic one. We hope you're going to follow along with us. For this lesson, we're going to use a pencil first, and then we're going to use our marker. We also need some
Paper and something to color with.
All right, let's start. Let's have our paper horizontal so that we have lots of room to draw our pill bug. And we're going to use our pencil first, and we're going to draw the basic shape of our pill bug. Let's first draw the top. I'm going to draw a straight line across the top. Now, you guys at home can use your pencils lightly so that you can erase when we're all done. You could press a little harder so that our art friends can see.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. I want to press hard so that they can see it on the camera. Now, over here on the front, we're going to draw a curve coming down. And we're also going to draw a curve coming down on the right, or the back of our bug. Good job. Now, over here, we're going to connect the front over to the back. I'm going to go back over that, make it a little darker. All right, now let's draw the segments. We're going to draw the head first, and we're going to draw an S curve. So I'm going to draw a little curve coming this way, back, and then towards the front. So it's got this little bump in the middle. Yeah. Now let's draw the segment right in the middle. We're going to draw it curving to make it look more 3D. So we're going to curve like this, and then right at the end, we're going to curve the other way. So it has a little bit of an S curve at the end. Now let's draw another segment right in the middle of this section right here. So we're going to draw that same shape. We're going to draw a curve one direction, and then back the other way right at the end. Now let's split these two segments in half again. So we'll draw one in the middle. Whoops. I'm going to draw that curved this way further, and then right at the end, turn the other way. So if you need to, you can also go in and erase a line if you redraw it. That's what's kind of fun about pencils.
Yeah.
Let's draw that section or the segment up here on this front shape. Yeah. Now let's come back here, and we're going to, right about here, we're going to draw another curve for the back. Now this is the end of the body, and I think this section is the abdomen. So now we're going to draw two more segments in here. So we're going to try to space them out evenly. So we'll draw one, and then another one. So we have three in that back shape. Now let's add three more segments back here. These are going to be a lot smaller. So I'm going to do one, and then we're going to add three more lines. So 2 and 3, really small at the end. Good job. He's looking really cool. Now we're going to add 2 more lines right here. We're going to add one like this, and then another one right behind it. I think this helps him curl into that ball. Okay, now we're going to add one little extra detail to the segments. So we're going to start right here. We got the head, and then we got this segment right here. We're going to start on the third one. So we got 1, 2, 3. And we're going to add a diagonal line at the very bottom. And then we're going to add another one on the next segment. And we're going to go all the way back to this one, this segment right here. So the one right in front of these two little guys. We can even just add it right now so that we know where to stop. And then we're going to come through to the front and add those diagonal lines. If we go too fast, you guys at home, remember you can pause the video if you need extra time. Now let's switch to our eraser, and we're going to erase this little guideline in the triangle shape on each segment. We also have this cool little brush to sweep the eraser shavings off. Okay, now we got one more thing with our pencil. Let's add another little diagonal line back here on the very last segment. And then I'm going to erase that triangle shape guideline. And we did it. We finished drawing. Well, we're not completely finished. Yeah. We need to switch to our Sharpie or our markers. And we're going to go around and ink all of the pencil lines. Now, the one other thing that we're going to add with our Sharpie is we're going to add little bumps on the top. So right here in between each segment, we're going to just add a little bump like this to add more texture to and more shape to our pill bug. Now this part we are going to fast forward, but you guys can pause the video to take extra time to ink in your pill bug. We haven't inked the front part yet because we're going to add a few extra details. So right here on his head, we're going to draw it coming down just a little bit. Then we're going to draw a little bump going in. Then we're going to draw a straight line coming down. And then we're going to draw another bump to finish. That's the head shape. Let's switch back to our pencil, or actually our eraser, and we're going to go around and erase all of the pencil lines that you can still see, the guidelines. Let's switch back to our marker, and we're going to draw the antennas next. There's a lot of segments on the antenna.
Yeah.
So first, we're going to draw a small U shape coming out of the front of the head. Then we're going to draw another U shape, and we're going to curve up. We're going to slightly curve up while we're doing this. So the next one, let's draw even a little longer. And then let's add an even longer one. And then right at the end, let's bend this way. I'm going to add just a really short one and then a point or a spike for the end of the antenna. All right, now let's draw another one. This one we're going to bend down even further. So let's draw short U shape coming out. Then I'm going to draw another one. This one's aimed down. Then we'll add another one. This one's going to be a lot longer. And then maybe a short one. And the spike at the very end. Well, that looks so cool. Yeah. And gross. Okay, now we're ready to draw the legs sticking out of the bottom. And how many legs do they have?
8.
7. On one side. They have 14 legs.
Oh.
So we're going to draw 3 right here, and then we're going to draw 4 on the back. So the first one, let's draw it really close to his head. We're going to just repeat the same kind of shape that we use for the antenna. So a U shape, and then we can draw another. I'm just going to draw a U that kind of has a point at the end to finish. And then I think they have a small little hook at the end that we can add. All right, let's draw the next one. I'm going to draw that little U shape sticking out of the bottom. And then more of a V, letter V, and then that little hook at the end. All right, we got one more for the first 3 legs. Just going to repeat that same step and a little hook. Now this next one, we're going to draw it coming out of kind of the middle segment. And this one we can curve going forward. So I'm going to draw that small little U. Maybe this one's sticking out further, so I'm going to draw 3 segments on this one. A little spike at the end, and then that hook. Let's skip a segment, and then we'll add another leg here. Small U shape, and this one's not sticking out as far. We'll just add the spike, and then the hook. All right, maybe this one's really not sticking out. We're just going to add 1 letter V, and then the hook. And then the last one, sticking out back here, small little U, and this little foot, and the hook. We did it, Jack. We finished drawing our pill bug. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
Except we're not completely done. It's going to look even better once we add color. Now this part we're going to fast forward one more time, but at the end you can pause it to match the same coloring. And we're also going to add highlights and shading to make it look more realistic. And we'll talk about that as we're coloring. The first thing we're doing is drawing these little shapes on each segment with our medium gray. Now if you're using the same marker biannual, we're using CG05.
Yeah.
And we got these little square shapes. This is for the highlight. We're going to color everything solid, but we're going to leave these white. On the legs and also the segments on the antenna, I'm leaving a little highlight also at each break in the segment, just to make it look shinier. Now with the same gray marker, we're gonna add a reflection on our pill bug to make it look even shinier. We're gonna start here on his head. We're gonna add another layer on top. And I'm not gonna color in the whole thing, just this little section. And then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna go all the way across this back like that. And then we're gonna come towards the front. And then we're gonna color in that shape. Then we're gonna use that same marker and we're gonna come in and trace the segments. This is going to add a shadow behind each of those sections. Make it look even more 3D. Now let's switch to our darker gray. This is a CG07, and we're gonna come in and add a shadow on each of the legs right below its body. I'm also gonna add a shadow on the antenna. Now let's switch to our white colored pencil, and we're gonna add a highlight on the edge. So this is on the opposite side where we added that shadow. So we got the shadow on the right, and then the highlight, we're gonna draw down each segment that follows the Sharpie line, but it's on the left side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The next step is to use our white colored pencil. So we're gonna press really hard on the top edge of our roly-poly and then fade down towards our dark shape, the dark reflection that we have running down the middle of its back. We're also gonna come down here. We're gonna add that highlight all the way to the end of its body. All right, now let's use our white colored pencil and we're gonna go over the white, this white shape that we left on each segment, and then press really hard and then fade out towards the bottom. Is that cool?
Yeah.
That kind of stretches the highlight out and brings it further down its body. The last step is to use our light gray. This is CG03, and we're gonna add a cast shadow underneath our pill bug. So I'm gonna add this shadow right underneath the body first. We go all the way across the bottom of his body. Just follow the shape all the way back. That looks like it's standing on top of our paper.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. You can actually just go right through the legs too. That'll add more of a shadow on the legs. And I'm even gonna draw a little shadow underneath the head. And now let's add the shadow under each of the legs. This is gonna make it look even cooler. All the way back on each leg and add a little shadow. I'm gonna add a small little shadow up here for the antenna and one coming down here for this shadow for this antenna too. Jack, give me 5. You did such a great job on drawing and coloring your pill bug. It looks really shiny.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of looks like it's made out of chrome
Or metal.
Metal, yeah, metal. Maybe it's a pill bug from the future.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just went through a rainstorm.
Yeah, that too.
I think the fun thing about this lesson is we only used 3 grays, a medium, dark, and also a light gray. And then we used our white colored pencil to add some of the extra highlights. Now we use markers, but you really can get the same effect with oil pastels or even colored pencils.
We hope you had a lot of fun drawing your pill bug.
Yeah, we do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey parents and teachers, take a photo of your child's finished artwork and post it on Facebook or Instagram. Also be sure to tag us in it at Art for Kids Hub. Did you know that we also have a website? You can find it at artforkidshub.com. It has more lessons and information about art supplies we love to use. You can also visit artforkidshub.tv to learn more about our awesome Art Hub membership. The membership includes exclusive lessons and our own apps, so your child can learn art in a focused, distraction-free environment.